Just like World War II veterans, Holocaust survivors are declining in numbers. One of them made a special trip to the Midstate. Seth Kaplan has his remarkable story.
Harrisburg's Temple Ohev Shalom. Inside, Sammy Steigman, who was in a Nazi concentration camp.
Obviously, I could not have the skills or the strength to work.
No skills or strength to work because he was only a year and a half old. Babies were useless to Nazis as prisoners, so they killed most of them right away, which is why you rarely meet a Holocaust survivor as relatively young as Sammy Steigman, who is 84 years old. How did he do it?
If you will ask any survivor, how come you're alive today, everybody will use only one word: luck.
In Sammy's case, several kinds of luck.
I was never separated from my parents. We were deported by the Romanians, not by the Germans.
Still, why didn't the Nazis kill him once he got to a concentration camp? Well, here's how relative the idea of luck is for a Holocaust survivor.
So I was subjected to medical experiments, and I feel them every single second of my life, and I will feel them for the rest of my life.
Better than what most people his age faced. And on this dreary day, a remarkably sunny person considering it all.
I am not what happened to me. That's not my ID. I am what I choose to be.
That's interesting because a lot of Holocaust survivors are understandably bitter people.
I've always been an optimist.
So then why dwell on the Holocaust?
My goal is to learn from the past.
The Holocaust is not just something that happened. It's something that happens.
Rabbi Mark Klein.
Hatred of the other is probably more virulent today than it's been in a long time. We live in a world where we have forgotten the messages of what happens when you alienate the dignity of another soul.
So Sammy Steigman fights that everywhere he sees it. The Uyghur people, Muslims in places like Russia, rescued Jews after the Holocaust.
And they received the Jews with open arms.
Now targets of persecution in China.
To be deported to so-called re-education camps. Believe me, I lived in a communist country. It has nothing to do with education. And one time I was at their national rally in Washington, D.C., and I told them nothing will be accomplished if you are convincing the United States to call what's happening in China genocide.
That led to congressional action.
And right now, it's known all over the world that what's happening in China is a genocide.
But just think, somewhere among them is a young person who is their future Sammy Steigman. In Harrisburg, Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.